Mary Debenham pushed back her chair and left with a slight bow with other two. Colonel Arbuthnot got up and followed her. Gathering her despised money, the American woman followed suit, followed by the other one like sheep. The Hungarians had already departed. The restaurant car was empty, save for Poirot, Ratchet, and McQueen. Ratchet spoke to his companion, who got left the car. Then he rose himself, but instead of following McQueen, he dropped unexpectedly into a seat opposite Poirot. "Can you oblige me with a light?" "Oblige light," he said. His voice was soft, faintly nasal. "My name is Rachel." Poirot poured slowly, and he slipped his hand into his pocket to slip into something, and produced a matchbook, which handed to the other man, who took it but did not strike a light. "I think," he went on, "that I have a pleasure of speaking to Mr. Hercule Poirot." Poirot bowed again. "You have been correctly informed, Monseigneur." "Oblige matchbooks. Can you oblige me a light?" He said. His voice was so faintly nasal. "My name is Ratchet." Poirot bowed slightly. He slipped his hand into his pocket and produced a matchbox, which he handed to the other man, who took it but did not strike a light. "I think that I have a pleasure to speak to Mr. Hercule Poirot. Is that so?" Poirot bowed again. "You have been correctly informed, Monseigneur." The detective was conscious of those strange true eyes, summing him up. Before the other spoke again. "In my country," he said. We came to the point quickly. "Mr. Poirot, I want you to take a job for me." Hercule eyebrows went up for a trifle. "My client, Monseigneur, is limited nowadays. I undertake very few cases." "Why, naturally, I understand that. But this, Mr. Poirot, not means big money." To mean," he repeated again, persuasive voice, "big money, conscience." The detective was conscious of those strange true eyes summing up before the other spoke again. "In my country we come to point quickly, Mr. Poirot. I want you to take on a job for me." Hercule Poirot eyebrows went. "My client, Monsieur, is limited. Nowadays I undertake few cases." "While naturally I understand that, but this, Mr. Poirot, means big money," he repeated again in his soft, persuasive big money. Hercule Poirot was silent a minute or two. Then he said, "What is your wish?" "Is do for you, Monseigneur." Repeated. "Mr. Poirot, I am a rich man, a very rich man. A man in the position have enemies. I have an enemy." "Only one enemy?" "Just what do you mean to mean by that question?" asked Ratchet sharply. "Monseigneur, in my experience, when a man is positioned to have a few enemies, then it does not resolve itself." Ratchet seemed relieved by Poirot's answer. He said quickly, "Why, yes, appreciate that point. Enemy or enemies, it doesn't matter. What does it matter? My safety, enemy, question, experience." Hercule Poirot was silent a minute or two. Then he said, "What is it you wish to do for you, Monseigneur Ratchet?" "Mr. Poirot, I am a rich man, a very rich man. Men in that position have enemies. I have an enemy. Only one enemy?" "Just what do you mean by that question?" asked Ratchet sharply. "Monseigneur, in my experience, when men in position to have enemies, this does not usually resolve itself into one enemy only." Ratchet seemed relieved by Poirot's answer. He said quickly, "Why, yes, appreciate that point. Enemy or enemies, it doesn't matter. What does it matter in my safety?" Репетитор по скайпу, Smart Teacher 190.